Distraction-free schools, Governor Hochul's bell-to-bell smartphone policy explained. Imagine a classroom where students are deeply engaged in learning, their eyes on the board or books instead of their smartphones. That's the vision Governor Kathy Hochul is aiming for with her new Distraction-Free Schools initiative, set to take effect this fall. But here's where it gets controversial. Some argue that complete bans might be too drastic, while others see it as a necessary step to improve academic performance. Following the passage of the Distraction-Free Schools law, which mandates bell-to-bell smartphone restrictions in K-12 schools across New York, Governor Hochul recently hosted a roundtable discussion with educators, administrators, and other stakeholders in the Capital Region. Participating districts included Albany City School District, Schenectady City School District, Utica City School District, and East Greenbush Central School District, each of which has already developed and submitted their distraction-free policies ahead of the August 1 deadline. As governor, my priority is ensuring every New York student receives a high-quality education, free from constant clicking and scrolling, Governor Hochul emphasized. That's why I've directed my team to commit every available resource to help school districts develop their distraction-free learning policies by the August 1 deadline. She expressed confidence that New York will be well prepared to enforce these restrictions on the first day of school. The new law prohibits the use of unauthorized smartphones and other internet-enabled personal devices during the entire school day, from the moment the first bell rings until the last one echoes. However, it provides flexibility by allowing schools to determine their own methods for storing devices, ensuring that administrators and teachers can tailor solutions to fit their unique needs. To assist schools in this transition, Governor Hochul has allocated $13.5 million in funding for storage solutions. Additionally, the law mandates that parents have a means to communicate with their children during the school day when necessary. It also emphasizes the importance of involving teachers, parents, and students in the creation of local policies, aiming to prevent unfair disciplinary practices. One of the most significant aspects of the policy is its allowance for authorized devices. Simple cell phones without internet capabilities, as well as internet-enabled devices provided by the school for educational purposes, such as laptops or tablets, remain accessible to students. Governor Hochul's policy includes several exemptions for students who need internet-enabled devices for medical reasons, as specified in their Individualized Education Program (IEP), for academic purposes, or for other legitimate needs like translation services, family caregiving, and emergencies. This initiative stems from a comprehensive listening tour conducted by the governor, involving teachers, parents, and students. The findings from her report, titled More Learning, Less Scrolling, Creating Distraction-Free Schools, highlight several key points. Smartphones significantly distract students, hindering their learning and creativity. Phone-free environments do not compromise student safety. Such environments are beneficial for the mental health of both students and teachers. Effective communication and clear guidelines for all stakeholders are crucial for successful implementation. Schools must address parent concerns about staying in touch with their children during the day. A comprehensive policy should cover the entire school day, not just classroom time. Enhancing in-person engagement through extracurricular activities like clubs, sports, and arts programs can further strengthen a distraction-free environment. Support for the policy comes from various officials. State Senator Patricia Fahey stated, "If kids are distracted in the classroom, they aren't learning. It's that simple." With New York's new cell phone ban, students will be able to focus on what matters most: learning, building social relationships, and preparing themselves for future careers or college. Assemblymember John T. McDonald III echoed this sentiment, saying, "Our students and teachers deserve a distraction-free environment for learning, and I commend the governor for bringing this initiative to fruition." Assemblymember Gabriela A. Romero added, "Governor Hochul's initiative has the potential to greatly improve student mental health and foster in-person connections." Today's roundtable provided a valuable platform for discussing successful implementation strategies. Assemblymember Phil Steck noted, "Creating distraction-free schools is common sense if we want our kids to be focused in class and better prepared for life outside of it." Albany County Executive Daniel P. McCoy praised the initiative, stating, "Students need to be focused to learn, and distractions like smartphone use impede this. Bell-to-bell smartphone restrictions will promote increased face-to-face interaction and socialization. And this is the part most people miss. While the policy aims to reduce screen time, it doesn't aim to disconnect students entirely. Instead, it seeks to restore human and academic connections that are essential for personal growth and development. What do you think? Is a complete ban on smartphones during school hours the right approach? Share your thoughts in the comments. New York Governor Hochul and Secretary Clinton lead screen-free education revolution. Imagine a world where students can focus on learning without the constant distraction of their smartphones. This vision is becoming a reality in New York, where a groundbreaking initiative is set to reshape the educational landscape for the 2025-26 school year. Under a new law, approximately 2 million students and 200,000 teachers will be required to leave their phones behind when they enter school grounds, marking a significant shift in how education is approached in the digital age. In May, Governor Kathy Hochul enacted the Distraction-Free Schools Initiative as part of the state's budget for 2026. This law aims to eliminate the unauthorized use of smartphones and other internet-connected devices in educational settings. Schools are now tasked with developing tailored strategies to ensure that students remain device-free from the moment they arrive until the final bell rings. This approach, often referred to as a bell-to-bell exclusion policy, is designed to foster an environment conducive to learning while still allowing parents to communicate with their children when necessary. To support this transition, the state has allocated $13.5 million for the development of infrastructure that promotes a screen-free environment, with plans due to the governor by August 1. Transitioning to a screen-free school environment will undoubtedly require significant adjustments for students, educators, and parents alike, especially as they navigate the pervasive influence of smartphones on youth culture. Advocates for this initiative are working diligently to ensure that New York's mandate, being the largest of its kind in the nation, achieves its intended goals. Interestingly, the supporters of this movement are not merely older generations lamenting the rise of technology, they include young digital natives and political activists, as well as the very teenagers who will be affected by these policies. A key component of this initiative is the establishment of New York's Teen Tech Council, which aims to involve students directly in the policymaking process. Instead of imposing regulations from above, this innovative approach seeks to empower the primary stakeholders, teens and teachers, by bringing them into discussions with policymakers. Announced recently, the Teen Tech Council is a pioneering advocacy program designed to train and equip young people to ensure the success of phone bans in schools. In exchange for their involvement, these teens will have the opportunity to voice their opinions directly to the governor. Larissa May, the founder of the digital wellness organization #HalfTheStory, expressed her concerns about the lack of youth representation in discussions surrounding the new distraction-free policy. I noticed that adults were leading the conversation about how to implement this policy, yet young people were absent from the dialogue, she remarked. Inspired by the bipartisan support for regulating social media and big tech, May proposed transforming her organization's annual training program, the Digital Civics Academy, into a statewide initiative. If we want New York to set the standard, we must include teens in the conversation and foster a cultural shift from fearing screens to embracing screen-free enjoyment, May emphasized. New York City is the perfect backdrop for this change, but simply having a policy is not enough. We need to empower young people and place their solutions at the forefront of this movement. The Teen Tech Council will function as a creative think tank, bringing together 750 members, one student from each school district across New York. These council members will act as a bridge between the state's objectives and the realities faced by students. They will receive training on how to secure funding to enhance phone-free policies and gain access to #HalfTheStory's social media a program focused on building digital emotional resilience, which is already implemented in several schools. May and her team will work to connect these initiatives with tech companies, brands, and other state governments, ensuring that student feedback is communicated effectively to those in power. The policy is already in place, but there are opportunities to make the transition smoother and more comfortable for students. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, a mentor to the council and a vocal critic of big tech's unchecked influence, likened the council members to ambassadors. Young people are digital natives. They understand the implications of technology far better than my generation or even their parents' generation, Clinton stated. Teens are now at the forefront of addressing the internet crisis, and it's about time they had a platform to express their views. Clinton and Hochul gathered at the Clinton Foundation's Manhattan headquarters for the inaugural meeting of the Teen Tech Council, where they engaged with over 20 high school students representing diverse districts across the state. These students, some from #Half the Stories Digital Civics Academy and others from partner organizations like Girls Incorporated, shared insights and case studies from their schools. They brainstormed ideas on how to engage their peers in the movement, suggesting initiatives like screen-free social events and the revival of nostalgic tech, such as digital cameras and computer labs. The atmosphere in the room was charged with excitement and anticipation as the council members recognized the significance of their role in shaping a new wave of screen-free leadership. Clinton and Hochul reminisced about a time before smartphones, while the students articulated their modern needs and aspirations. Yet, even among this group advocating for reduced screen time, the desire for technology remained evident. This policy will undoubtedly make some students uncomfortable, as we are a generation that has grown up with technology, remarked Olivia, a 16-year-old council member. While the policy is already in effect, we can explore ways to make this transition more adaptable and comfortable for everyone. We share common goals, and that's what the council aims to achieve, ushering in a cultural movement that promotes healthier screen habits through youth-led initiatives. As the movement for phone bans gains momentum across the nation, May envisions the council creating a comprehensive blueprint that other states can follow to engage young people in similar efforts. Currently, 14 states, including Alabama, Florida, and Georgia, have implemented phone bans in schools, with many others having proposed similar measures. However, May cautions that these policies will only be effective if they are framed as opportunities for positive change rather than restrictions. The next generation possesses a deeper understanding of technology than many policymakers. We must work together to design a brighter future, she asserted. The term phone bans is avoided by council members in favor of the more positive phrase screen-free, emphasizing the potential benefits of such policies. Governor Hochul is among numerous policymakers focusing on regulating big tech, including efforts to control social media algorithms and advertising practices that target young audiences. Interestingly, some social media giants and their investors have paradoxically supported calls for regulation while resisting stricter legislation. Experts, including the Surgeon General and the American Psychological Association, have raised alarms about the impact of social media and emerging technologies on youth mental health, highlighting the urgent need for thoughtful regulation. My primary goal is to prioritize families and provide them with the support they need, Hochul shared. As a mother, I am acutely aware of the challenges our teenagers face due to social media influences. Companies have commodified children's mental health, and I believe our efforts to demand accountability from social media companies will lead to meaningful progress in liberating our children from their grasp during school hours. When asked if the voices of engaged teens could bolster the nationwide push for regulation, Clinton responded with conviction, absolutely. In our discussions with the governor and experts studying technology's impact on children, we quickly realized that we wouldn't have all the answers. Engaging with young people and providing them with a platform is essential, and that's precisely what our Teen Tech Council aims to accomplish. Starting today, teens can apply or be nominated to join New York's Teen Tech Council, marking a significant step toward a more inclusive and thoughtful approach to technology in education. North Syracuse schools adopt cell phone locking pouches for state ban. In a bold move that has captured the attention of the entire state, the North Syracuse School District is stepping up to the plate by becoming one of the pioneers in implementing a new cell phone policy mandated by the governor. This initiative is set to take effect this fall, and it's stirring quite a conversation among educators and parents alike. Recently, the Board of Education gave the green light to this innovative policy, which aims to enhance the learning environment by minimizing distractions caused by cell phones. Under this new plan, students attending Cicero North Syracuse High School and North Syracuse Junior High School will each receive a specially designed pouch that securely locks their cell phones away for the entire school day. The locking mechanism is user-friendly. A simple push button secures the pouch in the morning, and a magnet conveniently unlocks it at the end of the day. To facilitate this initiative, the district has placed an order for 3,000 of these pouches, with the total cost nearing $100,000. Fortunately, the district anticipates that over one-third of this expense will be reimbursed through funds allocated in the state budget, easing the financial burden on local taxpayers. While the logistics are still being finalized, school administrators are actively discussing various aspects of the policy. This includes setting clear expectations for adult staff regarding cell phone usage, establishing a discipline policy for students who violate the rules, and devising strategies to prevent students from sneaking in additional devices. Superintendent Terry Ward is enthusiastic about the potential positive impact this plan could have on students. He has already witnessed significant improvements in his own household after implementing a device-free day each week for his teenagers over the summer. What I've observed with my 3 kids is that they are getting along better, engaging in board games, and even taking walks together, Ward shared, highlighting the social benefits of reduced screen time. But here's where it gets controversial. Will this policy truly foster a better learning environment, or could it lead to pushback from students and parents who feel their rights are being infringed upon? As schools across the state consider similar measures, it raises an important question: how do we balance the need for focus in education with the realities of technology in our lives? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with this approach, or do you see potential pitfalls?